Hello fellow summoners and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be knocking out Summer Smackdown Delta. I took a quick look at this, saw that I could get a quick evade charge off of Corvus, and we're going to be running through. I'm bringing Proxima along as well because of Mr. Fantastic and his evade synergy, or his evade that he has there. Just want to have a nice easy, not worrying about it, not worrying about picking up the evade and just getting smacked. The Elsa can be a little bit annoying getting the evade out of her because if she rushes back in, she can do a ton of damage with her Incinerate if she finishes with like a medium attack. So we're gonna force the evade from Elsa using 2 light attacks and try to block or evade back fast enough so that she does not just absolutely wreck us by coming in with a medium. So she's got enhanced special 2. I would much rather bait out her special 1 personally, and then it's just easier to punish for me, and then basically she's going to give 2 debuffs every time. So if she finishes with a medium, I'm going to get 2 Incinerates on me, and it's really going to hurt. I mean, so let's just see if we can get a quick evade out of her right there. And oh, she did finish with the medium, so there's the double Incinerate. Now we're just going to parry, knock her down really quick. So I'm going to have no health for the rest of this fight, which is okay when you're playing with Corvus. It's just a little frustrating that she did come in there and finish with a medium. It's kind of, you know, 50-50 shot on whether she's going to end with a medium or light. So we'll see if we can do the rest of this with absolutely minimal health. I'm not going to be using Corvus for a lot of the fights. I just wanted him for a couple of them. Might as well get the stack in him. So for Man-Thing, I was going to bring in like a tech champion to deal with it, but he's got the Nano Plague, which can really suck with a tech champ. Just draining him down. That's all. I mean, it's a decent amount of damage. 85% of the defender's attack. So you'd be taking almost 7,500 damage from just 1 shock, and when I should get a poison. So thought I'd just bring a poison immune. I was debating between using Gulk and Quake, but he's also got Spite on him. So if you're using Quake and you're evading, you're going to run into a lot of trouble there. So this is going to be a little bit longer fight. I am a big fan of Gladiator Hulk. We'll see how he does in this with the raw damage that Man-Thing's going to have as I'm talking and just get hit. The raw damage Man-Thing's going to have in this fight just from having the boosted damage. So with Oscillate, super annoying, and just like that, this fight's over. Alright, so we're gonna run it back. I'm gonna run Quake, and I'm just gonna try to parry him instead of getting any evade charges. Because that power gain is nasty. I said evade charges, I meant dexterity charges. I'm just gonna let this off to get him away from me a little bit so he's not proccing the instant evade off of his secondary light attack while I still have concussion up. So this was obviously the better choice. Thought Gulk would be a fun option to use here, but the Spite just kind of screwed me over during his Oscillate phase. When he's defensive and he's not going to throw any specials, what can you do? What can you do? I was hoping to get the special 2 out of him before he switched, but here we are. So I'm going to get a second charge here from Guillotine 99 or Guillotine 99. I always told it was Guillotine, but then, you know, looking it up, I think it's actually Guillotine. I have no idea. Whatever. Not important. She's got empowered immunity, so you're not going to want to use anyone bleed or poison or anything like that. But I'm going to go in here and just start off with a heavy from Corvus to knock her down so she doesn't trigger her invis. And we should be good to go from here. Alright, picked up the second charge. So when we go into Reed and fight Mr. Fantastic, he shouldn't be evading anymore because we got the Proxima synergy with Corvus. It's not a huge deal. He's just putting the fatigue debuff on you. I just don't like dealing with the evade. I didn't want to play around it. So that's why I brought it in here. So we didn't even have to think about him evading on us during this fight. Should have looked at the rest of the nodes, but the main one was that he's going to fatigue you, and he's got heal block on you. So another reason that it's nice having Corvus in here, since we do have you know, all these charges that we're not worried about dying to our suicide masteries. Got a little lucky there. Last charge. I was not watching, looked over, saw I only had 2 left, so I'm like, man, I gotta fire this special now, taking him down. So I had a bad block in there instead of a parry, and so it took 4 of my charges instead of 2, and that's never something that you want to deal with because you start losing hits real fast. So this guy's got enhanced shock. He's more likely to go, you know, he wants to use the special 2, but he goes into his aura if you knock him down. So the goal here I'm going to quake him and just see if we can do that. I'm not sure if concussion is going to allow him to power gain or not. So it's kind of just a gamble. I just wanted to see how the interaction was. I'm probably just going to quake and parry. Just to give a little bit more ease, and I also want to make sure I don't get a shock debuff on me because he will just heavy slap the crap out of me. So I'm just gonna quake and parry. I'm not worried about his damage here from, you know, just eating the damage. I feel like you can get a little bit more stacks of aftershock on him if you're parrying, because it just makes sure that you have that little bit of time in between. And I am not the smoothest Quake player, as you guys saw last week during this, so I would rather just play it safe, not worry about the timing of counting to 5 or 4 or 3, whatever he decides to do, memorize what the combos look like. I've played a lot of Dr. Doom, so I kind of know his animations, but for me it's just not worth the risk, especially when it's a short quest and you don't need to carry over a huge health pool. Silver Surfer here, after you hit him 10 times, he gets this massive armor up, so Corvus won't care about that. Also, Black Widow Clairvoyant should be able to pull that off of him as well, so I wasn't too worried about that. Life cycle is kind of annoying, so you want to, as you're playing through this, I always like to just, as I'm playing through the fight, I like to just heavy him a couple times. The enemy a couple times. So the goal would be to get a couple heavies down with Corvus and then pop a special 2 as he's getting up because it's unblockable. So that would be one way to do it. We're gonna run in here with Black Widow first, because she's gonna be canceling out his fury buffs as he gains those during this fight from personal space as well. So I'm gonna cycle through my I'm going to cycle through my abilities to get back to bleed, just so I can get the heal if for some reason we need it. And we're just going to play a couple heavies in here just to get them, bait out the special 2. The other option with life cycle is you can knock them down with like a heavy and then immediately just pop a special 3 as they're getting up. That's a pretty safe way to do it as well, and that's probably what we're going to end up doing right now, just to make sure we don't have any issues with it. So I'm going to land one more heavy. As he's getting up from this, I'm just going to pop my special 3, and it should be over. Alright, so Summer Showdown number 4 in the bag, Delta. This one has a little bit more quirks in it. It's definitely got some interesting fights. There's a couple different ways to get around some of them. Obviously, I just played really bad and still got through some of it. You know, with Elsa, you know, you got so many different mutant champs that are great for her as well. Or you can just plow through with like a ghost would be great for a lot of this. Obviously, not for the man thing. You could use her there and just be a long fight without her crits actually doing extra damage. But once you get the armor break from Man-Thing, Ghost is kind of toast. So really bring in a good poison immune champ for Man-Thing. Outside of that, just bring in someone that you're comfortable with. Ghost can do a lot of the rest of the fights. Corvus can do a lot of them, as you saw, even with the low health. you know, someone that's going to do a decent amount of damage. The Silver Surfer wasn't too bad with Life Cycle. If you've got like a Doctor Doom, obviously you're going to be heavying them down anyway, so the Life Cycle will be super easy to not worry about there. Just so, and then with Mr. Fantastic, you're going to have to deal with his evade a little bit, and you'll get that fatigue on you, which is annoying, but hey, willpower is just going to let you heal through the whole thing too. So that is round 4 in the bag. You know, I'm looking forward to anything else that they got coming. I think we still got the Summer of Pain, so once you got all these sunglasses, we can turn them in for like the big boy event next week. Looking forward to seeing more info about that and what we got going on. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you checking this out. Hopefully you've had a lot of fun in these too. I think this has been great content to add. It's quick and easy for a decent reward. You know, compared to how tough the Summoner Showdown was. I know that they're going to be nerfing them. I don't know if that's happened yet for at least the show up difficulty. So I will be waiting until that nerf happens before I go back in there and try it. Tried a couple times. It was just I was like, this is not worth it. So to get that perfect run. But anyways, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.